Hello and welcome back. My name is Shams Lally and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a very important video for me. This is something that I get asked a lot. Steroids is a big thing in the bodybuilding industry, and my worry and concern is that people who take steroids just maybe don't know enough before doing so. In this video, I want to explain my thoughts and my journey with you. Please put a thumbs up on this video. It really means a lot to me to know that you guys actually like the content that I am giving and that it's helping people. Comment on this video. Tell me if you think I'm maybe right, maybe wrong. Let's get straight into it. How do steroids build muscle? Anabolic steroids stimulate muscle tissue to grow and bulk up in response to training by mimicking the effect of natural produced testosterone on the body. Anabolic steroids can remain in the body anywhere from a couple of days to about a year. So how can you use steroids? You can either use them as tablet form or you can use them as a liquid form where you inject into your body. Now, the reason why I got into the men's physique category is because I loved that beach body, natural, aesthetic look. I never ever thought it was something where I did need to use steroids. When I did my first competition in 2015 where I did not use steroids, I didn't diet hard enough, I didn't eat enough, I also didn't do enough cardio, and I didn't bring the right condition. So it was leading me to this competition in 2015 where I knuckled down on my diet, I knuckled down on my training, I didn't cheat at all, I was super strict and I did it with the best of my knowledge correctly, and I became the Welsh champion. I was very unaware, and I could even say quite naive, to the fact that I did not realize how many people did steroids. The truth is, a lot of these big fitness superstars, they may be on steroids, but they are eating perfectly. They are training super hard. They have the access to all the best gym equipment and also diets and nutrition plans, and they follow those as well as doing steroids. So they look great all year round and they can hold and maintain that safely. The danger is that someone who doesn't eat well, maybe drinks alcohol a lot, abusing their bodies in other ways, and then they add steroids. It's not safe and it's not what you should be doing. It isn't a shortcut. It will obviously create and generate muscle and condition quicker than if you do it naturally, but you'll lose it just as fast. So don't go for the shortcut. Go for the real foods, go for the real training sessions, do it in the right order. If you're then looking to compete and need to level up, once you've got the right habits in place, once you've got the right of mentality in training, then take it to that next level, because you'll do it in a safer way. So this is why I'm doing this video, to not only help people understand my journey, but also be more cautious with what you decide to do. Now, the more industry has evolved, the bigger the guys have got. When I went to my first competition, I couldn't believe the size and the condition and the quality. It wasn't until I was eating 5-6 times a day, I was training perfectly as far as I was aware until I had a coach. I was doing things properly, very strict, and then I was blessed to have Neil Hill contact me and approach me and take me under his wings. When he gave me my diet for the first ever time, and this was a cutting diet, I couldn't believe how much I needed to eat. And even with all that food I was eating, I was still in fantastic condition. It was lean, whole foods, it was proper meat, complex carbs. I filled out a little bit more. We then introduced steroids, and I would never have done it if it wasn't for the fact that I had one of the world's best coaches guide me through what I needed to use, how to use it, and also have my best interests at heart, where he explained everything we did, he didn't want this to be something that would affect me later on in life. And what that is a thing called post-cycle treatment. So there are a few things that you should take once you've finished a course. Not many people understand this, and they also don't use the PCT part of the course. This is where I was super lucky and I had that guidance. Make sure you have someone that you can trust. Do your own research on top of what they're saying, just to make sure that it definitely sits right with you. Would I have taken steroids if I was not competing? Definitely not. Anybody who's looking for those shortcuts, firstly, look if you're eating enough, make sure you're training hard enough. If it's not to even stand on stage and this is just to get ready for the summer, why not just do it naturally? Unless you have a full understanding of how to use it, when to use it as well. I hear stories of some people using it all year round. I think that is unbelievably dangerous. And I also hear lots of stories of people not even understanding what the post-cycle treatment is, or using it. I know plenty of natural athletes who have been natural their whole entire career. So my thoughts around it is, unless you're doing it safely, don't do it at all. Unless you're competing and you need it specifically for that next level condition, fair enough. But I can tell you now, I will not be using it. I haven't used it for over 2 years and I don't have any desire to use it, especially now that I've got my little boy. I wouldn't want to do anything to risk any sort of health issues for myself and for the future. I will obviously keep regular checkups with doctors. I mean, that's really important. So make sure you're sort of testing yourselves and checking yourselves out. If you can afford to buy steroids and take steroids, you need to put the money aside in order to do the other things to make sure that your body is still on track and not being abused internally just because you can't see it. You think that everything's okay. Now, the best person I would highly recommend, if you wanted someone to follow in order to learn more and hear someone talk more in detail about steroids, it would be my friend and a person who I think is going to become an IFBB pro very, very soon, Josh Bridgman. Check him out on Instagram, YouTube. He is absolutely amazing and I love everything of how he documents what he does and like the blood tests he takes and all those other bits that you should be doing if you are taking steroids. A lot of people miss those things, and that is where in the future they might find themselves in a horrible situation, which obviously you do not want to be in. You're doing this for yourself, keeping fit, staying active in order to give yourself a long, healthy life. The last thing you want to do is abuse your body with a substance that you're not sure of or whether you should even be using it, and damage internal organs and also damage your own mind with it. Because once you have physically done steroids and you see your body in a condition that you feel you will not be able to achieve again without steroids, it will make you want to do it more and more, and that is a dangerous cycle to be in. And doing it sort of in my early 30s, I'm glad that I didn't maybe start doing it much younger, because I may have gone down the wrong path with it and not knowing enough or even being patient with my own body enough. So there's so many things that I hope you take from this video. The biggest question was, do I use steroids? I would just get this question daily, and I never wanted to answer it saying yes, because there's just so much more to that. Not only did I probably work harder than anybody I knew, unfortunately, that is what people think. They put all of their achievements down to the fact that they have either injected or obviously taken some tablets. Unless you really knew the sort of hard work I was putting in, there was only a fair few people that I would obviously explain what I was using potentially if we had the conversation, but very rarely did I ever go into detail with anybody about it. So with my knowledge around steroids, I still wouldn't then go ahead and sort of advise people to use it, because I believe if you eat the right amount of food, eat enough food, I know you can take your body to the level that you want to take it to. And that is what I am doing with these videos. I am going to get shredded again. I am going to do it because I want to create really good content for you guys on these videos. I want you to sort of see me shredded doing lifting weights, and I'm doing it fully naturally. I know now that somebody will comment on this video saying, well, you're not natural now because you've done it and you've made the gains through steroids, but I believe that I've probably lost those gains as well, and everything I'm doing now is because of the amount of food I eat. I still eat a hell of a lot of food, and it's my actual habits of doing the cardio, training hard. I know I probably won't be as big as I have been in the past, but this is where my maturity, this is where my knowledge around, before I even started, I knew what I was getting myself into. This is where I will be able to still mentally be in a place where I'm happy with how I look, because body dysmorphia is a real thing, and the mental health side of this is super, super important, because once you've seen those shreds, once you've seen that size maybe you may create, you'll always want to achieve that again. So this is where really, really it is so important before you do it. Be prepared for these things. I have got some brilliant food videos coming for you, and I challenge anyone to eat what I eat first before touching any steroids whatsoever. So anybody who's following my journey, I really hope you appreciate this video. I'm really happy that I've shared this video with you as well, because I want you guys to get to know me a bit more personally, and the fact that, you know, we can obviously share this sort of information and that you know my journey a little bit more makes me feel a bit more connected to you all. I want you guys to share these videos for me. I want you guys to sort of help others, making sure they go down the right direction and the right route, and not be led in the wrong direction where they could obviously have some terrible health issues in the future. I really hope you enjoyed that video, and please comment below. I really look forward to hearing from some feedback and obviously helping and answering more questions. See you in the next one.